Hello, and welcome to another episode of Love That Blends. As always, I am your girl Mo, joined by the insightful, the beautiful, the intelligent Miss Jenny, the apple of my eye.
Oh, thank you, baby. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm happy that you are back again with us for another episode. We enjoy you guys every week just for being here with us and letting us rant.
And I just want to apologize for last week not having an episode. We tried to do an episode with the kids, but as you know, kids are unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
So
it's an understatement.
They were off topic. They were sniffling. They were snorting. They were coughing. They were fighting. They were bickering. It was everything but what we wanted the episode to be.
The idea was great. The execution was not.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just take snippets of their episode and then add it into an episode that we do so that you guys can still get a little taste of these crazy children without having to do all of the extra.
Yeah, it was really cute. It was just a lot going on. It was like one of those things you would just had to be there. So, yeah.
But this week, it's just the two of us. I mean, you're probably going to hear our dog and Carter making noise while we're recording because they never like to sit while we're doing this. They'll be quiet all day, but as soon as we hit record, they want to start walking around and throwing stuff and screaming. But we're going to push through. We're going to make it happen, Captain.
Period. So this week, we are talking about self-improvement.
Pull them hammers out, pull them wrenches out.
Yeah, I like this topic because I feel like self-improvement is a really good for anybody. I feel like everybody wants to improve their self and, every day or whatever. So, yeah.
Right. And I feel like sometimes when people hear self-improvement, the first thing they talk about is their body, yada, yada. They want to get smaller. They want to get bigger. They want bigger muscles. They want six packs. They want lips. They want hips. They want butts. They want boobs. They want all that.
A little lip filler ain't never hurt nobody.
Girl, stop. But it's not just about the body, yada, yada, because the body is just the cocoon of you. So self-improvement, I feel like, embodies all of that. Your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, your education, like all that is in there.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's just jump right into the heart-to-heart, Miss Jenny, any.
Period.
When you hear self-improvement, and you think about yourself, like what type of things is it that you like to focus on?
So what do you mean? Like something that I would like to improve, like something that I'm working on, my self-improvement?
Yeah, it's not just, like short-term goals, but like long-term goals as well.
I think really I'm trying to right now, improve my mental health. I have a little bit of anger management and and also my communication skills, because I feel like I have so much to say, but I don't.
Yeah.
I get that from my daddy. But so sometimes I know it can hurt people. I mean, you sometimes, because I shut down. So my communication skills I would like to improve. But yeah, just my mental and trying to communicate better.
Okay. I mean,
how about, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But, duck, goose. For me, I think, when I think of like self-improvement, I think about like my physical health, not as far as like I want to be skinny or I want to like, I need to lose 20 pounds, I need to lose 30 pounds, but like I just want to be in like a good fighting weight. And when I say
like healthy,
I don't necessarily need to be skinny. I just want to be healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
And then like my mental health, like I have anxiety, but I feel like I do a good job of managing my anxiety, but sometimes I don't, and I want to improve on managing my, like when I feel anxious, because sometimes I feel anxious and it comes out as anger. Okay. So I want to improve on that. And then my education. I always like to learn. I feel like I am a lifelong learner. Even if it's not in school, I like to get books and read stuff. I like, doing little stuff like that. So when I think of self-improvement, like those are the key things that I like to think about.
Yeah.
Are you reading like self-improvement books or anything?
No, but I want to. I think I saw a book on TikTok. I'm not sure what it was, but as I was like listening to the TikTok, I was like, oh my God, it sounds really something like I would like and something that would help me grow as a person and mentally. So I'm going to look for it and then I'll let you know what it was called.
I have I have a couple of books actually that I've read. The one book that I mentioned before in another episode, The Four Agreements.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a really good like self-improvement book. I don't think it goes under self-improvement, but I would put it under there. And then Unfuck Yourself. I talked about his other book in another episode. But, Gary John Bishop. I love that guy. I like all his books. So he does self-improvement books for relationships, but he also does it for just like your overall life and work as well. So I read all those books. But anything that I feel like can help me to be a better person, even if it's in different realms. So like being a better parent, being a spouse, being a better supervisor, and just overall improving my life. I like to read those kind of books.
Sure.
What I literally just lost my train of thought. Like I feel like
I saw it.
Like
I saw it all over your face.
You saw the train leave.
Yeah, it was gone.
It was quick because I literally was about to come out of my mouth.
Like, I was watching you talk, and I'm like, yes, here we go, baby. Yeah, and then
it's going. But let's just talk about like self-improvement. Like, so when you think, because you said mental health, so when you think about like improving your mental health, like what do you mean by that? Like how do you think that you can improve your mental health? Therapy? Or you think?
Yeah, I think definitely therapy would probably help, and I'm pretty sure it helped a lot of people. Reading maybe, just like taking time to myself, like just quietness, and just expand my mind. But yeah, maybe just therapy, because I don't. Yeah, I said.
Have you ever done therapy before? I've done.
I'm not biased. To it.
Is it just that you haven't been exposed to it? Or?
No, I think I've been exposed to it. I'm really bad with communicating. I literally just told you that, and sometimes it's hard for me to let people in, because I feel like people are not out to get me, but I can't trust people. And then especially like me just sitting here and opening up to a stranger and telling you like my deepest, darkest secrets or what I've been through, because it was a lot.
Right.
So I guess that's a little bit hard. It could be hard for anybody, but especially for me. But yeah, therapy might work, but just overall, I think taking it slow and trying to like find little methods to help me release anger sometimes, because I know when I'm driving, I have really bad road rage.
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes it's for no reason. A lot of the times, I have good reasons, because these Philly drivers are retarded. But sometimes, like, I don't. And, like, somebody will drive by me or, like, use their blinkers and get over, completely not cutting me off, and I just get mad. Like, fucking bitch. Like, and I think, like, what the hell? Like, they did nothing wrong. But, I don't know. I guess it's deeper than just road rage. Like, so maybe therapy might work, but taking a step, I think that self-improvement, I feel like just even thinking about therapy, like going to therapy, is improving. Right. Like improving yourself, because you took the initiative, like you're thinking about improving yourself. Yeah. So it always starts, with wanting to improve yourself. Yeah. If you get what I'm saying.
You know how they always say, like, admitting it is the first step? Yeah. So, like, admitting that you have anger issues is the first step, because at least you recognize it, because there's so many people that's in denial. Like, you'll give them they'll ask for fries, you'll give them curly fries instead of straight fries, and they'll freak out. And you're like,
Girl,
man, like, you got anger issues.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't. You just didn't give me what I want. Like, first of all, you didn't even explain what it is that you were expecting. You just said fries. These are fries. So, like, admitting it is the number one step. I did therapy. I'm still in therapy, and I will always, recommend therapy to anyone, because it just helps to understand yourself on a level that you never understood yourself. And I don't know if that makes sense to everyone, but like, that's the best way I can explain it, because people always say, like, I know me, like, I know who I am. But a lot of people don't know their flaws, because they just take what other people say to them, and then that's what they make as themselves. So if I say that you're kind, if someone says, oh, Jen, what kind of person you are, you're like, oh, I'm kind. But do you really think that you're kind, or are you just saying it because you heard someone say it? So when I started therapy, I just understood so much about myself. And then my therapist, I love her to death. She's a very straight shooter. So she was like, no, she's like, listen, Mo, your anxiety level is high because you make it high. You want to control certain situations, and when you don't control it, you get anxious. So it's not really that, like, yes, I have anxiety, but like, I make this because I'm a control freak. If I want this box to be on this side of the room, and then you pick it up and you move it to that side of the room, I get anxious. And it's not because it's causing me anxiety. It's because you did what I didn't want you to do.
And then I get mad because you put it back and I just put it back. So yes,
so it's like a back and forth. We got like a little tug of war going on with my anxiety and your anger issues.
Yes.
But and even beyond that, like, the emotional support that you get from a therapist, I feel like it's a kind of support that you won't get from a friend or a family member. Because if I come to you and I tell you that I'm sad, the first thing you're going to want to do is fix it, because you're my spouse and you want me to be happy, and you're going to fix it. But I don't need you to fix it. I just need to be heard. I need to be validated. If I wanted something fixed, I would say I need a fix. So having a therapist, that person that you can go to and just be like, oh, let me just unload all of this baggage onto you just so it's not on me, is very beneficial, I feel like, for mental health. And having a good mental health also helps your physical health as well. And in no way, shape, or form am I a therapist or like anything like that. But I've gone through this like self-improvement journey for, I would say, probably like the last 10 years. So I feel like just me going through it, I've learned a lot of stuff. So I feel like I can recommend a lot of stuff to people, and everybody's different. So what worked for me might not work for you, but I can try to help guide someone into a certain direction.
Right.
Which is why I'm glad we do this the podcast. We do a podcast, which is why I'm glad we do this podcast, because people aren't exposed to things, because when you're around people, that's what you're exposed to. So if you're around a bunch of people that never did therapy, no one will ever be like, oh, you should try therapy.
Right.
If you're around a bunch of people that all graduate at the same level. So let's say you're around a bunch of people that graduated high school, or you're around a bunch of people that graduated with a bachelor's. Those people aren't going to push you to go get a master's, to go get a doctorate, to go get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's, honestly, thinking about it, that's another thing about self-improvement, is be around people that you wouldn't normally be around.
Exactly. I mean, absolutely. Like back in the days, I would hang around people. So I wasn't doing too well. So I was hanging around people that weren't doing too well.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, oh, I have to change my life, you cut off the people that you used to hang around. And it's like, oh, no, it's nothing personal. I just don't want that for my life anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess when cutting off certain people.
And it's also a form of self-improvement.
Yeah, it's a big one. Because you can try to improve yourself, as much as you want. But if you still hang out with your girlfriend that is doing negative shit and shit that your old self used to do, you will never improve.
Exactly. You're going to keep falling into that trap. I heard this quote, actually. The guy said, if you're in a room with 3 millionaires, you will be the 4th. Right. If you're in a room with 3 obese people, you will be the 4th.
Right.
If you're in a room with 3 college graduates, you would be the fourth.
Right.
So if you want to do something different, you need to be around different people.
Exactly.
And I feel like sometimes people like, I don't want to say judge me, but that's the only word I can think of at the time, like at this time. Because I hang out with so many different groups of people. I have my work friends. I got my friends that like, you know,
You grew up with.
I grew up with, yeah. And then I got like the friends that
like our parents.
Yeah, you got your party friends, you got your parent friends, you got the football friends, you got these friends, I got friends in different groups. And it's not that I can't do everything with every person. It's that every group doesn't have the same mindset. So for me to be able to be in certain mindsets, I have to be around certain people.
Right.
Because I can't watch a football game with my party friends because all they're going to want to do is drink.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go to a party with my work friends because they're going to just kind of stand around and be like, yeah, I don't like, this isn't my scene.
They're your coworkers.
They're my coworkers. They're going to feel weird. They're going to feel awkward. So doing everything with everybody isn't always beneficial either.
Definitely.
So we talked about like mental health. Let's talk about like education, self-improvement. Like you, ma'am, are being a little shy, but you're about to go get your GED. And I feel like that is great self-improvement.
Yeah.
And I must say, I'm honestly very proud of you because some people don't even take the step to do that. They just kind of like to stay stuck where they're at. They're like, if I didn't get it, I didn't get it.
The other day, I took a little online course, and I realized that I am a heavy procrastinator. Like, I procrastinate a lot. I don't know if obviously nobody means to. I think it was also time management we were talking about.
Okay.
So I feel like, just me being a mother, I take care of the house, I cook, I clean. When you come home, help you Carter's homework, and then it's like, oh, I'm tired. So then now I'm like, I don't study for this GED that I need to get, that I want to get, but so yeah, I'm a heavy procrastinator. So I feel like I pushed it off so many years. But yeah, I'm about to go get my GED.
Yes,
classes start January 3rd, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it feels good. It does feel good. Just because, like, doing something good with your life. So I don't know.
And I feel like you don't give yourself your flowers because you think it's nothing. Like, oh, it's just a GED. But there's so many people that haven't even reached that accomplishment. So I've like, stop being so hard on yourself. And I've like, if I could say anything for you,
because I
want you to stop doubting yourself and pitting yourself down.
It's almost like kind of embarrassing. I feel a little bit because I was been supposed to do it. I should have got my high school diploma. So I kind of like, I'm gonna do this on the down low. Like, I don't.
No, don't let it be on the down low. Like it is something to be congratulated for.
And then period, it's done.
It is something to be congratulated for because, like I said, there's so many people that don't do it. Like, I know people that don't have their high school diploma. They don't have their GED. And if you ask them, like, oh, are you going to go get your GED? Do you plan on getting your GED? Their answer is no. Why do I need it? I made it this far without it. But that's not a reason to not do something.
Yeah.
That's an excuse.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about the difference between excuses and reasons.
Yeah.
That's an excuse. Just because you made it this far doesn't mean you're going to make it any further. Do you have plans on going up? The fact that you have plans on improving your life, I feel like you should be congratulated for it. You should take your flowers and take your bow, queen.
Period. This is me bowing.
She's bowing right now. You can't see it because we still didn't get the camera fixed.
No, thank you. No, I feel it though. Like, I'm a little proud. I've came very far the last few years, and it is like, a weight off of your shoulders almost. Like driving around without a license, you're always like, you're speeding, you see a cop, you're like, oh shit, screw it. Yeah. Now you see a cop, it's like weights lifted off your shoulder, and then not even, it just makes you feel better about yourself. Like,
law-abiding citizen over here. Whoop whoop. Period. And I feel like I need to stop saying I feel like. That's one thing. But
I feel like
I feel like a lot of people base their quote unquote self-improvement or their goals on what other people are doing. And I wish everybody would
be
stop.
your own self. You're never going to be this person.
There's only one of that person and there's only one of you.
Period.
So I'm not trying to belittle anyone who doesn't have a GED. I'm not belittling anyone who didn't go to college. I'm not belittling anyone, because if that's not what your goal is, that's not what your goal is.
And that's not your life.
That's not your life. Path. Exactly. Like, but if you want to improve, my
baby steps. You got to take that first step.
My thing is, what steps are you improving? That's when, I don't want to say I judge people, but that's when I start to like look at people sideways when you're not doing anything about it. So I want to be a millionaire. Oh, okay. What are you doing to become a millionaire? I'm just waiting for it to come. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's not how that works. Or like, I want to be a doctor. Oh, okay. What school are you enrolled in? I'm not.
Period.
You're not going to be a doctor then.
Right. Like, even like the biggest rappers started somewhere. They were selling their little shitty ass CDs on the corner for like $2, and now they're millionaires. Like, you gotta put in the footwork.
Basically, yep. You gotta keep improving and improve and improve.
Maybe once in a million, it'll just fall on your lap.
You hit the lottery, you'll be a millionaire.
But no, you gotta put in that footwork. It's always a struggle. It's always a journey. But at the end, I guess you can look back and be like, damn, it was like, a beautiful,
I did that.
Yeah, period.
So what's one thing that you look back at and you're like, I did that?
Overcoming addiction.
Yes, queen. Yeah. Take another bow, queen. Take another bow.
This is me bowing.
This is me bowing. Yes, that is a huge thing. And that is the number one self-improvement.
Period.
And another thing that you don't have to be shy about. This is who I was. This is who I am. Don't judge me by who I was. Judge me by who I am now.
Period. Yes.
Snaps. Snaps for the queen. For me, personally, I've had on my list, on my New Year's resolution, to get my degree for years. I'm 31 and I am just getting my bachelor's degree. So that's not everyone's goal, but that was my goal for the longest. And like you said, I would procrastinate. I would push it off. I would make excuses like, oh, I'm working full time. Oh, I have a kid. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing this. And then finally I was like, you know what? I need to stop feeling sorry for myself and just do it.
Yeah.
And I did it. And now I'm tired.
Period. But you're about to graduate, so period.
I am, but I did a thing. I signed up and I got accepted for my master's program, because in order for me to make the money that I want to make, to get the job I want to get, I have to have a master's degree. So when I was talking to my career coach, they were like, well, if this is what you want to do, you got to just apply for the master's program. They told me that 3 months ago, and I was like, man, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'll be fine with what I got. And then I sat down and I was like,
why not?
I'm not, like, it's getting paid for, because I'm a veteran, so my education is getting paid for. There's no reason for me not to do it.
Exactly.
And I can think of a million excuses why I shouldn't. So I'm just going to do it.
Period.
If this is my goal, the only thing that's stepping between me and my goal is myself.
Exactly.
So I had to do it. Self-improvement for me.
Period. Give me a high five.
High five.
My baby's all smart and stuff.
I'm actually not that smart.
She is smelling her shit, y'all. She knows she's damn smart.
I'm smart sometimes. I'm not even I'm a terrible reader. For as many books as I like to read, my dyslexia kicks in full drive, and I have to read a book like 3 times to actually understand what the heck is going on.
You can listen to it,
or I have to listen to it on Audible.
I mean, that's still reading. I mean, listening and reading is definitely different, but you still got that knowledge one way or the other, or the story, whatever.
So I talked to my therapist yesterday, and I don't take compliments well. That's probably why I was just like, no, I'm not that smart. I really don't. So
who told you that?
Like my therapist. Wow. Because she congratulated me on something, and I was like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. She was like, you don't take compliments well. And I was like,
I guess it depends on who it comes from. because I can be like, "Oh, you look good today." I'm like, whatever.
Well, no, that's different. Like when I say compliments, I mean like when people are like,
You look
you're
good
smart.
Is a compliment.
No. Like telling me I look good, that's different. But when people are like, oh, you're really smart, or oh, you did really good at doing this, or, I'm just like, oh yeah, and it had to be done, so I did it. Like, why are you congratulating me on it?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So if you're like, I like your shoes, or I like your pants, I'm like, oh, thanks. But if you're like, oh, you play the guitar really good, I'm like, yeah, I'm not that great because there's always someone better.
Okay.
She's like, you don't take compliments well. Getting off track. What else are we doing in this episode? We have Am I the Asshole?
I love those things.
Those are my faves.
Fact or cap?
Yeah, we got a little game. So we don't do interviews on the podcast because schedules are very conflicting.
Very conflicting.
But I usually talk to people before the podcast, and then I gather the information and I come up with like little games, little fun facts. So when I was talking to my therapist and my nutritionist that the VA just gave me, I asked them some questions and I got us some little fun facts and turned it into a game.
I love that for you.
I know.
Period.
My nutritionist said that I'm not fat.
As she should.
I'm pretty sure she was lying, but it's cool.
No, she wasn't.
So you want to jump into the Am I the Asshole first?
I would love to. That's my favorite segment.
All right, let's jump into that.
Okay, so jumping right into the Am I the Asshole segment. A listener, Alex, has recently embarked on a journey of self-improvement, which includes activities like meditation, fitness classes, and night classes for a degree. However, Alex's partner Jordan feels neglected as Alex spends less time with them. Jordan understands the importance of self-improvement, but misses the quality time they used to spend together. Alex is torn between personal growth and maintaining a healthy relationship. They ask, am I the asshole for prioritizing my self-improvement?
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think so neither.
No, you're not an asshole. And I wouldn't say that Jordan's an asshole either, because it's natural to feel like I miss my partner.
Yeah.
You got to just
figure it out.
Find that balance.
Yeah.
I mean, because the fitness classes, that's something you guys can do together.
Yeah.
Because, we used to go to the gym together.
Mm-hmm. And you can do that at home. You don't even have to,
actually go to a gym. I feel like if you're not, a self-starter, then maybe going to the gym, leaving your house and going to the gym is a good idea. But if you can be like, okay, I'm going to work out for 30 minutes, you can do it in the house with your partner.
Right.
Meditation is another thing that you can do together. So maybe Jordan should just jump on the not jump on the bandwagon, but basically get with the program.
But I understand where Jordan is coming from. It could be, we used to do this all day, every day together. And now, he is doing whatever to improve himself. I'm barely spending time. So I can see how it could get lonely or, but that's his partner.
Right.
So he would want his partner to be a better person or whatever.
I have a question. Themselves. Do you think that maybe Jordan is a little insecure, maybe? Because Jordan doesn't sound like they're doing anything to self-improve. So if your partner is doing all this self-improvement, and you're not, would that make the other person feel a little insecure, maybe?
I mean, I don't. It depends on the person's situation that they got going on. He could just miss his partner, like I said, they see each other all day, every day, and now Alex is in the basement going to school all day. So when they get home from work, you don't see them or whatever the case may be. I feel
like you just took that on a personal level.
I'm just explaining our situation. I don't feel any type of way because you're going to school so you can get a degree to get a better job to improve our home as a whole. Exactly. We are a unit. So you're improving yourself for you, but yes, for me as well. I don't know. I think he was just saying he misses spending time with his partner now that his partner got a lot of stuff going on. But no, absolutely not. I do not think Alex is the asshole for wanting to improve on himself, if
you
should never feel bad for wanting to better yourself. Period.
Absolutely
for
not.
Anybody, your mother, your anybody.
Because all right, let's say you're starting your GED program and I'm going to be starting my master's program. What happens if our schedules conflict? Am I going to be like, oh, you have to stop getting your GED and I'm going to stop getting my master's so we can spend more time watching TV? No, we're improving ourselves.
Because at the end of the day, it's only going to make us better as a whole.
As a unit, as a together, as a blended love.
Period.
Like I threw the title in there. Like, if one person betters themselves, it's going to better the relationship overall. Because if he gets let's just say he gets his degree, he's meditating, so he's mentally in a better place. He's working out, so he's in a physical better place. That's only going to elevate him as a person, which is going to make him a better person for you. But if he doesn't meditate, then his mental could be kind of off, and it could take like one thing that you say to put him in a bad mood.
Yeah.
He doesn't better himself physically. Now your partner is getting out of shape. They have health problem after health problem. Now your partner's in the hospital. They don't get a degree, and now you guys are struggling financially because they're limited on what jobs they can get. How healthy is your relationship going to be then?
Right.
So, I mean, neither one is an asshole, but I feel like maybe Jordan is being a little, just a teensy-weensy bit
I feel like
selfish.
It's fair. I feel like it's fair to miss your partner.
It's fair to miss your partner, but to make someone feel like the fact that Alex had to say, am I being an asshole? That means that Jordan must be making Alex feel like they're being an asshole.
Well, I just feel like they should sit down and come to an conclusion on how they can figure out better time management for themselves. Because, I just feel like, I don't...
Because I don't think you've ever made me feel like I was an asshole for doing what I'm doing. Like, I literally come home from... I come home from work. I come in the basement. I'm either doing, like, one of the little side hustles, making rugs, hats, shirts, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm editing the podcast, or I'm doing homework, or I just want to sit down here and read through one of my books or something. You've never made me feel like I was neglecting you or that I was being an asshole for doing it.
And if I miss you, I just come down here.
Yeah, and then you just sit with me, and you do it with me, or you ask questions like, oh, so what are you doing there? Or you tell me like, nah, it's ugly.
Period.
And you actually tell me to do my homework. You're like, you got homework? Go downstairs, do your homework.
Yeah. You're like making a rug, and I'm like, oh, no, you're going to fall behind. You should probably do your own work, because then you're going to stress yourself out because you got all this damn homework, and then it's going to stress me out because you're all stressed out. Go do your homework, girl.
Maybe we should meditate together so neither one of us are stressed out and I can still be behind in my homework. Just kidding.
Lord,
I have 2 B's, so partially because Jen yells at me to do my homework every day.
Period. We have 2 B's.
Period. Yes, Queen. We got 2 B's.
I put it on this.
You sure did. I'm going to take the diploma, rip it in half, and be like, here's your half.
Oh, period. She loves me that much, y'all.
I'm going to rip it in half.
I know that's right.
Or I'm going to photocopy it and then rip it in half because I kind of need the original. But the symbolism is what matters.
Period.
All right, so that's it for Am I the Asshole? What was the guy's name again?
Alex.
Alex is not an asshole.
No.
But now we're going to jump into fact or cap. So what I did was I was talking to my therapist and my nutritionist and I guess technically my physical therapist is what she is. I just asked them a bunch of questions, like those little myths that people say. And I was like, is this true or is it not true? And they were nice enough to answer my questions so that I could make this game called Fact or Cap.
Period.
So I'm going to read a statement and you're going to say whether the statement is fact or if the statement is cap. Taking cold showers can boost your immune system.
Cap.
That is a fact. Cold showers can stimulate your immune system, though they are not a cure-all.
I thought it was hot showers.
No, hot showers actually kill bacteria, and some bacteria is good for you. And that is what builds your immune system, is having this healthy bacteria to fight off the bad bacteria. So if you only use hot water, you're killing off all the good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria. So cold water boosts your immune system.
Period.
I know, right? It's cool. You must drink at least 8 glasses of water a day to stay healthy.
I mean, fact. I know you got to drink a lot of water a day.
That is cap.
I mean, I don't. Well, I don't know technically if you have to stay healthy, but I know that, it's really good to drink.
So the reason why I asked this question to my nutritionist is because I remember like back in the day they used to say you had like the the little food pyramid, and then at the bottom it was like 8 glasses of water a day. I was always drinking so much water, and I still always drink so much water. But it's actually capped. The amount of water needed varies by the individual and the activity level. So if you're not as active, you can actually overhydrate by drinking too much water, and then that's when you just start like going to the bathroom a lot. And actually, you know how people say like you should drink water and your urine should be clear? That is actually not good. Your urine should still be a tint of yellow.
Okay.
So if your urine turns clear, you are overhydrated and you need to stop drinking water for a little bit.
Okay.
Reading in a dim light ruins your eyesight. My mom used to tell me this all the time.
Reading in a dim light ruins your eyesight.
Because they used to say that your eyes are being strained.
No. I can read in dim light. Well, I have 20/20 vision.
So it is cap. It will not strain your eyes, and it does not cause permanent eyesight damage. So, Mom, if you're listening to this, you lied. To me. You lied to me. She used to yell at us all the time for trying to read with the lights turned down. She would say, "You're gonna strain your eyes." No, you're not. Eating late at night leads to weight gain.
Fact.
Cap.
No, you're lying.
I used to swear that eating late would make you gain weight because your body obviously isn't burning this off because you're going to sleep.
So what is going on with me then? Because I literally do not eat all day long. I will eat dinner when I make it for us, and then like after dinner, oh girl, I'm going to town. I'm eating Oreos, and then I'm eating string cheese, and then I might wake up in the middle of the night and eat a piece of chocolate, and I'm like, damn, I really need to stop. This ain't healthy. This
and
is
I
why
used
I'm
to tell
fat.
you that.
Yeah.
I used to say like, well, if you want to lose weight, stop eating so late, and it's not true.
Wow.
So it actually goes by your calorie intake, your activity level, and what was the other thing she said? The frequency of how you eat. So if your body feels like it's going to starve, it will hold on to the food and store it, and that's where you gain weight. So if you eat only once a day, twice a day, your body is like, I don't know when the next meal's coming, so I'm going to hold on to it.
Wow, okay.
But if you eat, let's say you eat 6 times a day, good calorie intake, your body is now going to be like, okay, you're feeding me so much, I have to burn all this off. So then you'll start to lose weight because you're eating consistently.
Right. Okay.
Inconsistent meals lead to weight gain.
Okay,
So
I got you.
If you eat breakfast at 9 and
make sure you
eat a snack at 10, lunch at 12, a snack at
it has to be the same.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly the same time, but around the same time, so your body knows I'm going to get fed again.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, nutritionist came through with that one. Listening to classical music makes you smarter.
Cap? Who told you that?
I was watching The Good Doctor, and the girl was pregnant, and she was putting headphones on her belly and playing classical music because she said it would make her baby smarter. And I just so happened to be talking to Dawn, my therapist, and I was like, "Is this true?" And she was like, "Girl, no."
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
She said it is a common misconception. People think that classical music is high class and only educated people listen to classical music.
Right.
So it's more of a stereotype. They just think that exactly if you listen to classical music that you must be very intelligent. And then so if I play it for my baby, then they're going to be smart.
You listen to rap, you're like, you're going to be stupid. Doesn't make sense. What are they talking about?
Yeah. So she said, if you want your baby to be smart in the womb, you should just put the dictionary on Audible and put it on. She said, then they'll come out and they'll know words. But classical music doesn't even have words to it. So how would it make you smarter or dumber? Right. I was like, stop making sense, girl. Stretching before a workout prevents injuries.
Cap.
You thought that was cap? I swore that was a fact, but it is cap.
Injuries.
Yeah, if so, people
Like,
say
if
you
you-
don't work out a cold muscle, so you are more likely to pull a muscle.
Okay. So I see what you're saying. So like stretch out before you work out, so you don't pull some shit. Like get it worked up.
Yeah. Nope, not true. Stretching for more effective after. Oh, sorry.
What?
Oh, I had it written down, but I can't read my own handwriting right now. But it's cap.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, dynamic warm-ups are better. Stretching is more effective after the exercise. So stretching before you work out is not the thing. You got to do some kind of. You got to get the body warm. You got to get the body moving. Not necessarily stretching. You stretch after.
Okay.
So like doing a light jog before you go for a full-on run or something like that. Get the muscles warm and then go work out. Because stretching, all you're doing is pulling the muscle apart, and then you're going to go work out, and you are more likely to pull a muscle.
Okay.
Because you done stretch the elastic.
That makes sense.
Chewing gum while studying can improve memory retention.
Cap?
Fact.
Really?
Fact. Some studies suggest that the act of chewing gum can aid in concentration and memory recall. So I think it's more for adults because you don't read it out loud. You kind of just read it in your mind. So you're reading your things, and while you're doing it, you're chewing, which is to a rhythm. So when it's time for you to recall the memory, it's easier somehow.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Very.
Spending time in nature can reduce symptoms of ADHD in children.
Fact.
That is a fact. Natural environments have been shown to help reduce ADHD symptoms. Thank you. I couldn't get the word out. So if you think your kid got ADHD and they just bouncing all over the place, take them to go see some trees. Smell the grass.
Park.
Look at the lake. I think it's because it's soothing.
Yes. Very calm.
Very calming. It's not the hustle and bustle of like cars driving by,
city.
too many distractions.
Yeah.
It's
one very nature. Exactly. I get, yep.
And it also reduces the symptoms of anxiety as well.
Well, yeah, of course. Would you rather walk through a fucking beautiful park or go in the middle of Center City? Like,
Center City gives me anxiety. And it has nothing to do with control. Like I said before, it literally gives me anxiety. I don't like people behind me. And when you're in like a big crowded area, you can't control that. So there's always someone behind you. So I'm always like, what are you doing back there? Get from back there. What you doing? I got a couple more. Another one that my mom said, cracking your knuckles can lead to arthritis.
So I'm going to say cap because I used to hear that all the time too.
It is cap. So parents, stop lying to your kids. Because they used to say that it releases the liquid or something.
Yeah.
No.
Like every time I crack my knuckles, I'm like, shit, I need to stop doing that before I can't freaking move my hands in a few years.
The only thing that it will affect is your grip strength over time. And when she said over time, she said like, if you start cracking your knuckles when you're 5, by the time you're 45, your grip strength isn't going to be the same, but you will not get arthritis.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nutritionist came through with this one. Eating spicy food can increase your metabolism. Fact or cap?
Fact.
It is a fact. Consuming spicy food can slightly boost your immune system and fat oxidation.
Period.
I asked for a definition of oxidation. Her definition was the word, so don't ask me what oxidation means. I was like, what's fat oxidation? She was like, the oxidation of fat.
I'd be like, you trying to be smart?
I was like, okay, I'll just Google it because I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Standing desk significantly reduce the risk of heart disease. Fact or cap?
Wait, I'm sorry. Standing desks?
Yeah, so I was talking to my physical therapist. Her name is Jenn.
Like a taller desk?
Yeah, so at my job, I have a desk that I can press a button and it stands up so that I'm not sitting all day. Because they say that sitting all day, you'll have a higher risk of having a heart disease. So they gave everybody these standing desks. So while I was asking Jen these questions, I said, hey, is this true? Because this is what they told us. This is why they gave us these standing desks. So is it fact or is it cap?
Cap.
It is cap. Huge cap.
Yeah.
While standing desks are beneficial, it does not reduce heart disease
Right.
on its own, because heart disease would be from like lack of exercise, bad nutrition, stuff like that. So just standing up has nothing to do with it.
You're just the only thing that it will,
anything, like the only thing that it improves is your posture, because when you're sitting for a long period of time, you start to lean over and hunch over because you start to get tired of sitting. So having a standing desk helps with like back pain, hip pain, knee pain. Ooh, excuse me. And the overall health of your joints, but has nothing to do with your heart.
Period. They be lying.
True. What was my last one? Listening to by nature beats can improve sleep quality. So fact? That's like rain.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah. So that is a fact. Yeah. It reduces anxiety and improves sleep quality.
I mean, everybody, like, sometimes I do it. If, like, I'm having a hard time go to sleep, I'll put on, like bird calls or, like, waves crashing, and it relaxes you and helps you fall asleep.
Okay, can I tell you something without you judging me?
What?
To help me sleep, sometimes I put on, like, a true crime podcast.
Okay.
Something
we used to do it all the time. There's
I know.
Wrong with it. Shut out all the lights and just listen to the damn true crime podcast.
I was watching this this TikTok, and this guy was like, I don't understand why men keep messing with women. They listen to true crime podcasts to go to sleep. Literally. Like, what is so relaxing about hearing someone get murdered that helps you to go to sleep? I don't know. I feel like the true crime people, they talk so low, and they're just like, he crept into the room, and it's like something about that soothing voice.
It used to be very relaxing. We should try it one night. Like, the room would be, like, so dark, and then we would just, like, listen to this lady telling us about some shit.
Somebody getting axed in a bathroom the whole time we're snoring.
Oh, my God. That doesn't sound good, but it is very relaxing.
It is. So that was the end of the game, Factor Cap.
I learned a few things or two.
I did, too. I was very interested. Like, they were like, they asked, like, oh, do you want us to just come on the podcast and answer these questions? And I was like, I can't have all three of you guys because it was different things. So we were talking about self-improvement, the mind, the body, everything. So I had to talk to all of them. I had to talk to the therapist, the physical therapist, the nutritionist. I had to talk to all three of them.
I know, that's right.
And then they also sent me some links to some what is the word? Like things that I can read to get more information. So I do have some blend bits as well. Do you want to dive into that, Miss Jenny?
Let's go.
All right. So from what I learned from my research, what?
Oh Lord, here to go with the paper.
I gotta get my paper, my facts, my scientific facts. Okay, so point number 1, energy level and productivity. So if this is something that you want to improve on, I guess. Our physical health influences our energy level, which in turn impacts our productivity. Which makes sense because the days that like I lay around the most,
you feel like
I don't want to do anything. Like,
it just took over your whole body.
Yeah, because my body. They say what's in motion stays in motion, and what's at rest stays at rest.
Period. And that's so true.
It's true. It's not just for items; it's for people too. If you are a person that lounges around all day, you're not going to be productive at all. So if you want to do something with your life, you got to get up
and just do it,
and just do something.
Period.
Mental clarity and emotional stability. Physical health is a direct impact on your mental well-being.
I can see that. If you feel like shit, you're going to feel like shit in your mind too.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Did it come out right?
No. Yeah. Like if you feel like your external is shit, like I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm
you're just gonna
ugly,
be miserable.
I'm obese. Your mental health is going to be all over the place.
You're going to be miserable, and then you're going to project that onto other people.
Yeah, your self-confidence is going to go down. Your self-esteem is going to go down. Depression is going to go up. Blood pressure up through the roof. Oh, speaking of self-confidence and self-esteem, good physical health can boost self-esteem and self-confidence. Absolutely. And it's not a matter of like having a six-pack unless that's what you want.
When you look good, you feel good.
Period. If you
you don't have to be a size 0 skinny.
Yeah.
Period. If you put on some lip gloss, put on some chapstick, girl. Do your hair, do your little eyebrows, put on a nice shirt. And when you look good, you feel good.
If your body doesn't like, my back hurts all the time. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'm just like in a bad mood, and it's not that something happened. It's just my body is in pain. So there's no like, how am I supposed to laugh when I laugh, my back hurts?
Child.
How am I supposed to run around and play with the kids if my knees are cracking every time I take a step? Like, it puts you in a bad mood. Mm-hmm. So having good physical health will also help you to have good mental health.
Yep.
And if you are talking about like losing weight, it doesn't have to be pounds. I don't want to lose pounds. I just want to lose some of my guts so that my shirts lay right.
Yeah. Period.
Resilience and adaptability. Physical fitness builds resilience and adaptability. So these all came from Jen, the physical therapist. Mm-hmm. So what the article was saying, that's the word I was looking for earlier. What the article was saying is like, if you go to the gym and you have to work out, right? Let's say you're looking for 10 pounds, but you can't find 10 pounds. You have to be able to adapt to that. Mm-hmm. And it's not just, the article was about physical health. So of course they're appended to that, but that's not just in physical health. If you have to come up with solutions to problems, it will help you in your life overall, period.
Okay.
If you are like, your dad does construction, right? So he has to come up with solutions all the time. So he's probably really good at thinking on his feet. Mm-hmm. Whereas though, let's think of someone who, let's say, I can't think of a person, but let's just say that there's a person, their significant other does everything for them. They cook for them. They clean for them. They drive them from this point to this point. They answer all their questions. If the remote runs out of batteries, they get the batteries, they put the remote, and then they put it in the person's hand. That person is not going to know which way is up if you gave them a compass.
Yeah.
Good physical health teaches discipline and determination, which I feel like is also a fact. I've never, like when I was in the Army, the amount of discipline that it takes to make sure that you stay within a certain weight and within certain inches, because you had to, the amount of discipline that takes. I feel like I don't have that same discipline now because no one's putting fire to my feet. It's not
being enforced on you.
Yeah. So I still have the discipline to, like, if I really wanted to like jump up and be like, all right, I'm doing it.
You're going to do it. But
yeah. I have so many excuses as to why I don't do it. And no one's telling me like, that's an excuse, not a reason to just do it. And then we go into practical health tips.
Transition into discussing a
blankety blink blink. Because I'm just cut it out. So just like practical health tips that was at like the inside the article is like regular exercise. It doesn't have to be anything strenuous. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to go to the gym for 7 million bajillion hours.
Do a few jumping jacks.
Just do a few jumping jacks. Get some dumbbells. Lift some weight. Balance out your nutrition. Yeah. If you put good things in your body, good things are going to happen.
Yeah.
So smoothies, fruits, vegetables, having some protein, having carbs are good for you. So you don't have to cut carbs out of your diet. Mm-hmm. But just having these good nutrition, having this good food in you it's amazing what it does, because I feel like my body feels better.
Yeah, of course it does.
When I eat better.
Yeah.
Because it's not weighing me down.
Exactly. If you sit around and eat chips and chocolate and cookies and cakes all day, your body's going to feel like sluggish. You're going to feel tired. You're going to want to lay around. Like, you eat smoothies and then you eat, whatever, bananas, oranges,
right.
oatmeal, whatever you want.
Get a salad,
salad, your body is going to
turn it into energy.
Exactly.
Your body's going to burn it. It's going to turn it into energy, and then
that's
you feel
exactly
like you can do stuff. If you eat junk, your body's going to burn it, and nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
And good sleep hygiene, and I feel like this is something that I definitely need to work on.
Absolutely.
My insomnia is crazy, and I know I need to go to bed at a certain time. I know I need to go upstairs, take my sleeping medicine, lay down, and go to sleep. And I'm still like, oh, well, I'm not tired. I'm never going to get tired because I have insomnia.
Yeah, exactly.
My body doesn't really get tired. My body can stay up for 3 days straight before it crashes. So I need to improve my sleep hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
Stress management, another thing that will help you with your self-improvement goals overall. If your stress level is up, you're gonna stress eat, which is going to completely kick out the balancing of your nutrition. You're not gonna sleep right. Sleep hygiene, done. And if you don't eat right, you don't sleep right, you're not gonna work out because you're not gonna have the energy to. So all of your self-improvement skills or self-improvement goals have gone away because you're not going to be productive. You're not going to do anything. And then you're going to be stuck in this endless circle of doing the same thing all the time. And you want to improve, but you can't because you're stressing yourself out about it instead of clearing your mind and just doing what needs to be done.
Period.
Exclamation point. And the number one thing that I feel like will help with people's self-improvement goals, even though it is called self-improvement, you need to have a support system.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that I keep saying I feel like, but people do not seek out a support system when they're working on self-improvement because they're so focused on that first word of self or that first part of the word.
Like, I got to do this by myself.
I have to do it. I have to do it.
It's for me, period.
But if you don't have a good support system, you don't have anyone, like I said with the working out, you don't have anyone that's going to hold you accountable. The reason why I'm getting my degree is because I had someone that was holding me accountable for it. Is it improving me? Yes. But if someone, Jenny, was holding me accountable, do your homework. You want this to happen. You signed up for it. You chose it. You're going to do it. Period. Mm-hmm. I've never heard anyone yell at me like that before.
You ain't going to make me miserable because you miserable.
But she made it happen, Captain. She said, you're going to do it. You want to do it. Do it. And then I tried to do the same thing with her and it didn't work out well. She was like, shut up. Get out my face. Go away.
Literally, babe.
But the support that Jen needs is just
pushing.
Love. No, I feel love. Because when I was pushing you, it didn't work.
Well, yeah, no, actually, you're right. I feel like I need both.
It depends on what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on what it is because sometimes I'm like, oh, it's too fucking pushy. Let me just handle my own shit. And sometimes, like, I really needed you to be there to help me with my overcoming addiction. Like, and sometimes, just love. So I guess it just depends.
It depends. Because when I was doing the gentle guiding with certain things, it just didn't work because you were like, oh, she loves me. She nothing's going to happen. And when I was like, if you, like, either you do this or it's done. Yeah. Or I'm walking away. I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with your SHIT no more. Mm-hmm. Then you did it. And then when it came to your GED, I was like, do it now. I tried to bribe you. I was like, I'll give you $500 to get your GED. And you were like, get out my face. Leave me alone. I'm going to do it when I want to do it.
I'll do it.
And then I was like, all right, I quit. I'm not going to help her no more. And then I was like, oh, I think you got like your driver's license. I was like, I'm so proud of you, babe. You did that, and I didn't even have to push you. And then you were like, I think I'm gonna get my GED next, and I was like, you know what, that would be a blessing for you, babe. And I was like, you know what, that'd be so great, because if you do that, then you can do this, and then you could do this, and you're like, I'm gonna do it, babe. I was like, so you telling me
That's that Gemini.
all I had to do was love you?
That's that Gemini.
I had to love you into it.
It depends on which person you get that day.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I think that's how it is. I think that's what their names are. I don't know. But yeah, you need that support system to be able to
support system is very good for anybody in any situation. I feel like you always need somebody to talk to or to be there for you, or just to give you a little pick me up, like every once in a while, like, or just someone to have your back, to know, like, if something was to happen, like, I know you got me. Like, it's a very comforting feeling. Yeah.
Because if you get stressed out while you're doing your self-improvement, like,
and you're like, all I got is myself.
I'm stressed out about school. I'm stressed out about whatever. And you don't have that support system, then who are you going to go and be like, oh my God, this is really kicking my butt? And that person be like, you got this. You got it. You need me to help you. You need me to come over. Yeah. You want me to go to the gym with you. You want me to study with you. You need that support system.
Period.
Off topic, but like on topic at the same time. When we're talking about support systems, I feel like I've witnessed it a lot. If you're listening to this, even the strongest person you know, I would check in on them. Yeah. Because you never know. Like, you might be that push that even the strongest person might need. Because when people, they're like, oh, Mo, you're a self-starter. You don't need help.
It's always, you know what? So, all right. So, my mom told me, right? She don't check in on me because she knows that I got it together, rather than her other kids, not throwing shots or whatever, rather than her other kids that still need help, like still living with her, still don't have a job, or still don't have whatever. She checks on them more because they know that they need it more, kind of like something, in your situation with your family. But you never know, like, I still might want you to check up on me.
I might still need it.
Exactly. So, yeah, you should always just, are you good? Like, is everything okay? I love you. Like, to even the person that you think is the strongest and they got it all going on, because some days we're not as strong as you think we are.
Exactly.
Some days we're not as strong as we think we are.
And on those days, having that person, like, I spoke to my mom and we were talking about education, and I was telling her, like, she's one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, let me just get this master's degree. Because I was like, yeah, I think I'm good with just my bachelor's. And she was like, are you good with your bachelor's, or are you settling for your bachelor's?
Right.
And I never thought about it. Like, I would technically be settling. So her checking in with me that day and being like, you want it, go get it.
Right.
So it can be even something like that, or like I have a friend. I'm not going to say names because they didn't give me permission to say names, but I have a friend, and they called me the other day and they were like, hey, I just wanted to make sure you were good. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm fine. Like, did I say something? Did someone say something? And they were like, no, but you carry so many people. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay. Right. I haven't talked to this person in like 3 months, and they randomly called me and was like, I was thinking about you, and I know that you carry a lot, so I just wanted to make sure you're good.
Oh, that was very nice. Sometimes you got to check on your strongest of friends, because every day can't be a good day for everybody. Even the strongest people have their bad days.
Right. So, just check on your loved ones, even if it's just a phone call or a text, like, hey, I was thinking about you, just want to make sure you're good. But before we go into a whole nother rant, because we're good for that, I just want to thank you guys for listening to this week's podcast. Make sure you go and you like,
follow,
share,
subscribe,
period.
To the Love That Blends. We are not professionals. We are doing this because we like to talk. Mm-hmm. If you have any feedback, or you want to hear us discuss something, or you just got something you want to get off your chest, DM us. Comment on the video.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of the topics come from other listeners, and the "Am I the asshole?" If we don't get it from Reddit, we get it from someone saying like, "Hey, this is my situation. This is what I'm going through. What's your take on it? What do you think about it?"
Exactly.
And we just change the names and keep the same statement that they gave us.
Right.
So feel free, like reach out. We won't use your name unless you tell us to use your name.
But thank you for being here with us tonight. And, until next time.
This is the love that blends. Make sure you blend love in all that you do. Deuces.
Peace out, y'all.
Hey, this is Johnny Test. Make sure you tune in next week to The Love That Blends.